From the Fox 29 studios, this is Good Day Philadelphia.
Overcoming their grief. A local couple among the thousands who were running for their lives on Sunday. They're now home safe, but now what? A therapist on her way to Las Vegas is joining us to help them through the pain.
This week, in fact, yesterday, we introduced you to Katie and Bob Furmeister of Horsham, Pennsylvania. They
were among the 22,000 people who were gathered at the stage in Las Vegas to see Jason Aldean perform. It was their final night there at the Country Music Festival, they thought. Katie sprained her ankle trying to escape the gunshots. Her injuries minor, considering the bloodbath that left 59 people dead and so many more injured. We caught up with them once they landed in Philly yesterday, and you could tell they were still affected by what happened.
We heard, a couple of pops in the air and just looked up looking for fireworks. And we didn't see any, and then next thing you know, there's a couple more pops, we're still looking around, and then all of a sudden it was rapid fire. And we're still, we don't know where or what it is, and then all of a sudden you realize that it was gunfire, and it sounded like it was coming off of everywhere around you, because that's how bad the echoing was. And it was terrifying, and we all just started running.
Katie and Bob are with us now. Welcome. Good to have you here. We also are lucky to have a grief therapist who's on her way to Vegas, Gail Trauco. You're going to leave today?
On Sunday morning.
On Sunday, to go out and help other people who were, traumatized by this. Well, first of all, real quickly, how are the kids?
They're good. They're great.
Okay.
Because you have a son who's 9 and a daughter who's 13.
Correct.
Yes.
So you guys were reunited yesterday.
Yes.
Yep.
How hard did you squeeze them?
So hard.
We didn't even wait for them to get home. We just went straight to their schools and hugged them there and just embraced every second of it.
Do they know what went on? Do they understand it?
They know.
They're old enough.
Yeah, they know. I don't think they actually know, the actual capacity of what it was like.
Yeah.
They know that someone was shooting and, people were injured. But, the actual, effect that it would have on people, I don't think they understand that fully.
How are you
I don't
doing?
think, anybody would understand.
It's crazy. It's hard.
Yeah.
You sleep a little bit, but you still hear everything, you still see everything.
What was the noise like?
It's not
over
even.
and over again. It was just shots fired, and
you kind of think of it as Home Alone. And he's like, you filthy animal, and you hear that rapid fire of the gunshots, and the bad guys duck down because they think they're being shot at.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that kind of sound, but magnified.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been able to think of anything else or take your mind off it at all?
Not really.
No.
Just our kids. It's really, keeps us grounded more than anything.
Do you still feel this fear that you felt while you were there at the concert? That's the first phase of a grief cycle.
But there's always the fear. I mean, I still feel the fear from, having to run, and, it's like, I can close my eyes, but I still, you just still feel it.
Gail, should they continue to talk about it?
Yes, that's the first thing that people should do. There's 3 mistakes that you should avoid when you are going through this type of traumatic experience where you've seen loss firsthand. It's like our military forces see, and they're trained to do, but as average civilians, we're not trained to go through that. Talk about it to somebody that you feel comfortable with. Try to keep a normal routine, and we just talked about a while ago to avoid unhealthy practices, excess alcohol, medications, and smoking, overeating. Try to be as healthy as you can, because not only does this affect you on an emotional level, it also affects your body on a physiological level. Mm-hmm. So good nutrition is really important.
Gail, shift your body just a little bit this way, no, the other way. So I want the viewers to be able to see your face and see your eyes as you talk to them, because we want to know what you're saying to us, okay? Try to keep up the regular routine with the kids.
Try to keep up the regular routine with the kids. When they get up in the morning, help them get ready to go to school. Normalcy is what you want to try to incorporate back into your life, because the event that you watched yourself almost die. which most of us in this lifetime will never do unless we go through a car accident, you know, a serious medical condition. We won't be living those moments that you're living. And the repetitiveness of hearing these events constantly in the media, turn it off. Turn off the cell phone, just turn off the television, and begin to incorporate things that you love back into your life. Flowers, things that make you feel better. Drink your coffee out of a bright mug in the morning. Spend time with the kids. Don't go back to work too soon. Stay at home and take a break from everything that you're going through. This is time for you. It's time to be selfish. It's time to grieve, Bob. Yeah. And it's okay to grieve. We all are brought up that we shouldn't cry, that we shouldn't be outspoken and talk about what we're feeling. But in a grief cycle, that is one of the most critical times in a lifetime that we learn that we have to live with loss. That loss is always going to be there. You're always going to hear these gunshots. You're always going to see these people running. And what are you going to do with it? You're going to learn to live with it.
I can see that they're just, you've known each other how many years?
17.
You are clutching onto each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's natural, right?
It is.
You feel closer than you ever have been?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's so awesome that you were together, even if you had to go through this loss, and that you were able to leave together. There were other people that went through this experience that did not leave with their partner or the other people that
We've
were in
heard
their
people
party.
say that they feel guilty because they survived. Do you feel that at all?
I don't know if it's guilt. It possibly could be.
But you're feeling something.
But it hurts. Yeah. Because if I didn't leave with him, I don't know how my life would be, you know, and I know it's the same for him.
Yeah.
And it's the not knowing of
that fear.
And reliving that event. It's fear. They're very much in the first phase of a grief cycle, fear. And all of these emotions are going to be like a roller coaster over the next several months. That's why it's really important that you talk about it to a counselor. You may decide you want to go to a trauma support group. There are grief shares in many of the communities around the country, and this is free. When I go to Las Vegas next week, all that work, these are volunteers from around the country coming in to give their time.
When you say, Gail, though, and I know really quickly, but the different stages, how do you know what's normal? How do you know, okay, maybe I'm too long in this first phase and I need to kind of move forward?
There's no set length for a phase of a grief cycle. It depends on the type of grief you're going through. Theirs is traumatic grief. And people in their family are going to be going through this grief cycle with them, and that's called vicarious grief, where you share the experience with the survivors from Las Vegas.
And don't ignore it.
Right. Cannot ignore it.
No.
Right.
Address your feelings.
Yes.
Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have each other, so that's wonderful.
Yeah. And please say hello to the kids.
We will.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Gail, thank you for your work. I know you're going to Las Vegas to help other people. Appreciate it. Quick break.